Data, you will never know how much I owe you for that.
Indeed, Captain. I know many more interesting anecdotes, sir. For example...
Data,
Sir?
later.
Yes, sir.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Fully Functional, a TNG podcast. I'm Maggie, joined by Jeff and Dory.
Yo.
Jeff and I are huge Star Trek nerds, and Dory is a Star Trek novice, and we are taking her on her first journey through Star Trek The Next Generation. Today we'll be discussing the episode Manhunt, original air date June 17th, 1989, and we'll pass it on over to Dory for the recap.
First journey with Star Trek TNG, but second journey with Lxawana Troi.
She is a very much welcome return. This episode's wild.
Yeah.
Okay. So we start with the team bringing aboard two dignitaries from Entity 3? Entity 3?
Yeah, they're the Antidians.
Yeah.
The Antidians. And Big Tidians.
Yeah. So we're basically escorting them to a conference on a planet called Pacifica. They go into a self-inflicted catatonic state because they said they're traumatized by space travel, so they go catatonic so they don't have to deal with it, which is fair, sure, whatever floats your boat. We do see them, and they are fish people with outfits that look like they're made out of foil.
Yeah.
It's a look. And they're yeah, we'll just store them for the next 3 days. I'm store them? They just leave them in the room. They just leave them in the transporter room.
Yeah.
What? What? That's so weird. And then Wes is oh, what's this container? And opens it, and it's their food, and it's disgusting. And I'm Wes, don't fucking touch anything. I honestly was expecting when he opened it for something to grab him or something. It's don't touch other people's shit. What are you doing?
This barrel full of I'm assuming the props just used pieces of fish or whatever, but they have something in the tank to make it look like it's moving. So it's ew, gross.
Oh, it's so gross.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm really just because judgment by appearance is the last human prejudice.
Well, my judgment of their food is it looks disgusting. So what is really nice is that Worf appreciates what these Antidians look like. Mm-hmm. Because he calls them a handsome race, and every time, every turn, Worf is there to be I like them. I like how they look. Their appearance, I enjoy it.
One of them is Matt Fleetwood.
Who's that?
Sorry, Mick Fleetwood. My bad.
Oh, Matt. Oh my God. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, from Fleetwood Mac. Okay. I was who the hell is Mac Fleetwood?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Is the other one Stevie Nicks or Lindsey Buckingham?
I don't know who the other one is, unfortunately. I'm sorry.
Well, now we're ruined.
Yep,
Stop
basically.
Recording,
Episode's over, kids.
Calling it a day. Yeah.
That is a power move to get someone who's famous or at least semi-famous, and then put them in head-to-toe makeup so you can't tell who they are.
Well, that's and I think it was a Force Awakens. There's a scene where Daniel Craig is a stormtrooper that has lines, and it's if anybody knows there's when Rey releases herself from the ship after she gets speaks to Kylo Ren. Mm-hmm. She does the whole Jedi trick on a stormtrooper. That was nice. Daniel Craig, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently there's a famous person playing the alien who runs the junk shop at the beginning of the movie. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it's Jack Black or something like that.
Wasn't it Simon Pegg?
Oh, it might be. But either way, the point is that in Star Trek's case, you'll actually find this happens quite a bit. And I'll point it out to you when it does happen. But often it's fans who also happen to be famous actors or actresses or other famous people and whatnot, seeking out the production crew and hey, can I get a part? Yeah.
That's fun. Okay. So then they are hailed by another ship who, as they're talking to the pilot, we get to see Lxawana Troi.
Hey.
She has full ambassadorial status, and she is representing the Beta Z government at the conference. So she's hitching a ride with the Enterprise to Pacifica. She's a lot, but in like a good way.
Mm-hmm.
She just busts in the ship, embarrasses Troi immediately, and amazing outfits. She just brings the incredible outfits in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I was very thankful, like, it makes me happy. Oh, and then she has with her Mr. Holm, who from the last episode, who just, I think is so funny. He does nothing but get wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's an alcoholic.
Yeah, it just, like, it's such a random thing. There's even, like, a moment in this episode where he's in the background and he's just drinking. He's drinking other people's drinks.
Yeah, he's just downing up. Well, yeah, because he's cleaning up.
Yeah, that's how he cleans. So Mr. Holm arrives with her bag, in which she just is like, "Yep, no, Picard can take it," and Picard's like, "Or your guy could take it," and then Riker, trying to like ease tension, I guess, is like, "I'll take it." He struggles to take it.
Oh yeah.
Well, Picard learned his lesson last time, because he did carry
Yes.
the bag last time.
Oh yeah.
Picard actually handled things with a lot of dignity this time around. Instead of like reacting to all the embarrassment, he took it in stride. I was really impressed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he knew what to expect this time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. So then Picard thinks that Lxawana is having like a dinner party for everyone. So he keeps telling everybody, "Well, you better like get dressed up. I'll see you later for the dinner." And everybody's like, "The fuck? What are you what? No dinner." And then Picard is surprised to learn it's just him. So Lxawana shows up in a really cool velvet gown. And yeah, she's like flirting with him, and he is uncomfortable. And Mr. Holm like dings this gong, and so Picard is like, I guess he's sort of like an out there, because then he's like, "Hey, that's an interesting custom. Maybe we should ask Data like what all the different customs are related to like giving thanks." So he like buzzes Data. Data does gives a whole explanation. And then he's like, "Hey, Data, you should definitely join us for dessert." So Data's like, "I'm on my way." And Lxawana is like not having a good time. She refers to like Data as a robot initially. And it's just, she like can't wait for this to be over. And Picard then realizes, oh yeah, so he like is able to get out of there with Data. And it's so funny in the hall. Picard is like, "Data, you will never know how much I owe you for that." Oh, Picard. And then we get this scene. I liked this scene. There's something that just felt very chill about it. So it's Picard, Troi, and Riker in the ready room. And Troi and Riker are sitting on the couch. Honestly, they looked kind of adorable on the couch. Mm-hmm. And they're discussing, she's telling them about like her mom's, horny phase that she's currently in. And Riker has some knowledge of it because Troi told him when they first started dating, which was like cute. And then Troi reveals that like Picard is the early favorite to be her new dad, basically. And Riker finds that very funny, which, I mean, I don't blame him. So did I. But they sort of establish, though, that like Picard can't outright refuse because like she'll take it very personally. So he just decides, you know what, out of sight, out of mind, right? And decides to jump into the holodeck and go into the Dixon Hill private eye world, in which takes a very interesting turn in this holodeck program. Because first we learn he hasn't paid his secretary, Madeline, in like a month.
Yeah.
He hasn't paid rent. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What? And then like every scenario that keeps happening is very violent. Like one guy comes out with a gun, and then another guy comes in to like shake him or whatever. And then first guy comes back with like a huge gun. And Picard's like, "I just want to chill." And they're like, "Well, okay, here's the thing. All these stories are like violent." So he's like, fine. Okay, let's like go to the bar, to Rex's bar or whatever.
Yeah.
So he brings Madeline with him, and she's like, yeah, I'll go. Here's a gun. Which is like, yeah, okay. Meanwhile, back on the ship. They're all on the ship. But Lxawana is still on the prowl. She comes across Wes and Worf, which Wes does declare that he does find Worf handsome as a Klingon before a Klingon, which is, I mean, okay.
Yeah, that's
and,
not a great way to phrase it.
Yeah, yeah. But Lxawana then is like, "Oh, Wes, you're kind of cute. One day you'll be like a big, strong man, but I don't feel like waiting. What's up, Worf?"
Yeah.
But Worf is not human, and she's like, "Well, that's too bad because you are pretty much what I'm looking for, except you're not human. So, sorry, Worf. I mean, oh, sweet Worf." So she just goes back to prowling, and I was like, Oh! I think Mr. Holm does this signaling for, like, across his eyes. So I was like, "Oh, she going to look for Geordi now? Like, leave Geordi alone."
That's what I thought too, and I'm actually kind of sad we don't get to see her talk to Geordi.
I mean, like, yeah, I feel like Geordi would be able to handle it fairly well. Mm-hmm. And then I literally wrote in my notes, she's not going to go for Riker, is she? Like, that's weird. Like, that's her daughter's ex. Like, that's there's no way she'll go for him. That's weird.
That's more than her daughter's ex. That's her daughter's Imzadi.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So I was like, there's no way. And so then now we are in the bar, at the Rex's bar, where they're discussing World War II, but in, I think, a way that, I don't know. My understanding of this conversation is they're like, maybe we shouldn't get involved. And then Picard's like, yeah, it was bad, but here's why it was okay. Not why it was okay, but like, here's what came out of it. That's so great. And I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
It came off like almost not shocking, but I had to rewatch that to be like, wait, not that he's trying to justify World War II, but it came off, I will say, kind of maybe insensitive. As like, yeah, it was bad, but
I mean, he's also talking to fake characters on a computer.
Yeah, it just to me sounded a little like a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
Or a weird way to describe World War II.
Yeah, I think because the characters are like, oh, we shouldn't get involved in that. And I think Picard was trying to be like, actually, it ended up being a benefit joining that, which I still is a weird take.
It's just a questionable take on the whole thing. Like, maybe...
Like, not to say there weren't benefits that came about of that, but it's, like, still not, like...
I'd say all in all, it's a pretty negative experience.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think of World War II, I don't think I necessarily go first to the positives.
Yeah.
So, yes, well, I mean, World War II is negative. Ooh, but actually... Like, I've done a lot of research learning on this shit, unfortunately. And the United States' worldwide dominance following World War II is directly attributed to their wartime economy. Mm-hmm. That's where it starts from.
Yep.
So, like, I get the position, and, like, yeah, definitely insensitive, especially in the 1980s when this actually released, when a lot more people were alive who remembered that. But, I mean, I guess I kind of look at Picard in this case as, like, a history nerd trying to, like, talk up all the stuff that he knows more than anything else and getting carried away with it.
I mean...
And that's my story.
Like, I can see that. I don't know. It's just the stuff that he's, like, talking about. My first thing is I think of, like, all the Nazi research, like, scientists that the U.S. welcomed with open arms to be like, hey, come up with shit for us.
Yep.
So, like, that's what I think of when he's talking about all these, like, you know, technological advancements. I'm like, cool. That's not a good brag, bro. Like, that. I don't. That's not something to boast about.
We benefited from Nazi science. Great.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not the take.
Well,
yeah, that's fair.
I'm not. It's just it's a weird take.
That is a very American take.
It is. It very much is. And this was written by Americans in the end. Actually, the little bit of a tidbit on the background of this there, I couldn't tell you what parts of it are from who, but the writer refused to have their name attached to the episode after it was revised on them multiple times. And this was the last contribution that they had to TNG and ended up quitting
Oh,
afterwards.
interesting.
That's happened a couple times,
Yeah.
it seems.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it has. Not so much going forward, but I mean, we'll lose quite a few more people in the third season because they're specifically people from the first 2 seasons who just didn't jive with the way that the show was going after that point. But it's definitely something that's happened several times now, directly attributed to Maurice Hurley. Thanks, bud. But this person's episode was much more focused on the Dixon Hill stuff, so maybe we can blame him for this Americanized stuff. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's like offensive. It's just I think it's a bad take. It's not.
That's
it's
fair.
Not the best take in all of this stuff, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's weird to justify war.
yeah.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Okay. So then from there, Lxawana goes to the bridge and immediately sets her eye on Riker. And Troy's like, please no. Please absolutely no. And then she's like, William, we're going to announce that we're all engaged. And Riker just does not do anything. He just sort of
smiles a little.
stands there. And I was like, are you going to react, buddy? Like, what is happening? But I guess, like, I will say, I despite his like lack of reaction at first, I get why, because they said like earlier that like refusing is what she would take it really personally, and I get that like he doesn't want to hurt her feelings. So I do think I get it why he wasn't immediately like no.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically he's like, I need to go talk to Picard, because he pieced out, now it's come to me
Yeah.
to like have to entertain her, and I'm not into that. So Riker and Data enter the bar, Rex's bar in the holodeck, and the bartender Rex has a really interesting line with one of the best names I've ever heard ever. He goes, I'm as jumpy as haircut Lipinski trying to hand on a fraction. I don't know what any of that means, but somebody who has the name Haircut Lipinski?
Yeah.
What? That's kind of an incredible name.
I think, what was it? Get a handle on a fraction?
Maybe.
I think?
Yeah, might have
I
misspelled
think it's
that word.
basically that the dude's not the sharpest.
Dumb.
Yeah, that makes
He
sense.
ain't the sharpest needle in the haystack.
But yeah, just the name Haircut Lipinski is pretty great.
Yeah.
Like, haircut? What? Yeah, I also thought it was funny that Riker didn't dress up. Data got into his Carlos from South America persona, and Riker is now Nails from Chicago.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like Riker was going in there purely just to talk to Picard. He doesn't care about dressing up. But Data's like, ooh, can I come? And just wait for me to get dressed.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
And so before they really have a chance to discuss, Lxawana finds out from the computers, and she enters the holodeck and into the bar, and she is immediately taken with Rex, the hologram bartender. And I wrote in my notes, is she going to try to fuck a hologram?
Yeah.
In which, I mean, like, that means she has more in common with Riker than we thought.
Hey-oh. Not bad.
Yeah, the line was trying to land on a fraction, which I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it was just mostly I thought the name Haircut is very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, she realizes they bring her out. It's established that he's not real, and she's like, okay, fine, I will carry on. I did find it really cute that Troi was trying not to step on the train of Lxana's dress when they exited the turbo lift.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure if that was on purpose.
Yeah, I have no idea, but it was it was cute. I enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's also on brand for Lxana, so
oh yes, at some point the whatever, the fish people wake up and they arrive for the conference, and they're waiting to get on, and then Lxana just is like, oh, they're assassins, and everybody's like, I'm sorry, what? And she's like, oh yeah, they've got bombs underneath their outfits, and everybody's like, oh wait, what? So Data scans them and is like, oh yeah, there's definitely the bomb stuff, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
What the fuck just happened? Like, she was like, now you're welcome. I just, like, saved your reputation. I saved the conference. Bye.
Yeah.
Like, what just happened?
Yeah, I never understood the whole point of the Antidian thread in this episode.
Really? I was going to say I don't understand the point of the episode because it doesn't really have a plot or a resolution.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely arguably filler, but...
Yeah, it's just a series of events. Yeah. Unfortunate events, if you will.
To me, it's enjoyable filler.
Yeah, I did get a lot
That's
of
fun.
laughs out of it. It's not like a great episode. I enjoyed seeing Lxawana again.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good time. But yeah, like the episode was just weird. Like just... we just spent like half of it in the Dixon Hill thing for like no reason. For Picard to do multiple scenarios that are violent. He's like, what's wrong with the program? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
What are we watching?
Yeah.
This makes no sense. I mean, I didn't dislike it. I just, it was definitely enjoyable to watch, but it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. There isn't really a point to this episode at all.
Yeah.
And I do feel I have to point out before we go on that, like, it is important to acknowledge that Lxawana is sexually harassing Picard and everyone on the ship.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Yeah, and if the genders were reversed, we would be horrified.
Yes.
Especially since the excuse is like, oh, it's because she can't control her hormones. Like,
Yeah, the idea that, like, they can't, like, in the context of the show, like, Riker not wanting to, like, everybody trying to be so polite. Mm-hmm. Like, it's nice that they wanted to be polite and, like, you know, respecting the fact that she's going through this phase or whatever, but at the same time, that's really messed up that they, like, feel like they can't say no.
Yeah.
Because it would hurt her feelings. It is a personal thing. She is
abusing her power.
Yeah. I mean, it is also a personal thing. She is harassing them and, like, just saying shit. And also, apparently, she's, like, making up what she's, like, thinks that she's hearing, apparently, at some points. So, like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It's...
I think this is one of the two episodes that makes me not like her as a character. And it sucks because, like, rewatching it again, I do like her as a character, but they... I think they use her a total of, like, 5 or 6 times in the series. I'm ballparking that. And approximately half of them are bad.
Yeah.
Or not so much bad as instances where I feel more uncomfortable watching her, and that isn't what I want out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's got, like, traits that are, like, I like that she's an older woman, that she wears all these incredible costumes, and that she, like, you know, for lack of a better way to describe it, she, like, feels herself, if you will.
Yeah. She's very, like, confident and self-assured, and, like, like you said, she's an older woman, and she still dresses in these, like, sexy outfits, and, like, she, you know, she projects a lot of self-confidence, and it's really nice to see. And
she's bold, she speaks her mind, but then the other end of that is some of those things is what gets her, is like kind of what gets her in trouble.
Yeah. And, like, and I just want to acknowledge that, like, it's not okay just because it's a woman doing these things to men.
Yeah.
However, I did just kind of take the episode for what it is, and I thought the situations were, like, kind of funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I acknowledge that it's actually not okay what she's doing. And especially her opinion on men puts me off, too. Because she's like, she calls them a commodity.
What? Men are things.
Yeah, men are things. However, I did like this episode. It's interesting because there are a lot of traits about her that I like. But yeah, her actions and opinions are questionable at times.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I actually ended up taking less notes for this episode than any episode we've done so far because so little actually happens.
I actually stopped taking notes a long time ago.
Oh, well, it's because you suck.
I probably should, but I don't know, I got out of the habit of doing it because it just, like, it's hard to absorb the episode. For me, at least.
All right. Fair enough. I do like the line that that Dixon Hill's secretary has. You act like you ain't seen me in a year. And I'm just sitting there like, is she breaking the fourth wall, technically?
I mean, I think that was the point of the joke.
Yeah, I know. I just found that very funny. But overall, just so little happens that I can describe. It's a series of events, and that's how I sum up the whole episode.
Yeah, I mean, there was like they tossed in a little sprinkle of commentary being like, you shouldn't judge people based on their appearance, because like Worf.
I did like that was just an afterthought.
Yeah, Worf and Wesley have this conversation because they're in the transporter room looking at the Antidians. I don't know what they're doing there. Like, were they just in there staring at them?
Yeah, they're just hanging out.
And Wesley's like...
chilling with the fish boys.
Yeah, Wesley's like, man, they look real weird, basically. And Worf is like, well, is that how you thought when you met me? And Wesley admits that, like, yeah, he thought Worf looked strange. But then he ruins it by saying, now that I've seen other Klingons, I've decided you're handsome for a Klingon.
So basically what he means is, you look strange, but also good.
But it also, like...
It's really condescending.
Yeah. To me, it doesn't make sense that, especially Starfleet officers and, like, Wesley, who's, like, very into, like, learning stuff, and who has, you know, been on Starfleet ships, like, for almost all his life, that they wouldn't be used to seeing aliens that look, like, way weirder.
Right. Well, actually, what was Beverly doing before she was on the Enterprise?
I'm not sure. I mean, I assume she
Like,
just had a different assignment.
Yeah, but, I mean, maybe she had an Earth assignment. I don't know.
It could be.
Well, she got picked up with Riker, didn't she?
Yeah, but, I mean, where were they?
They weren't on Earth. Because weren't they on the same...
Yeah, but she came to that planet from
of-
somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was, like, working there.
No. So the question I'm asking is, was Wesley actually exposed to all these things so much? Because, like, he barely remembers his father. Because his father died on a mission.
But he was, like, 14 by the time he gets on the Enterprise, right?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he actually spent all that much time out on his mother's assignments, or if his mother was assigned somewhere, like, closer to home, so maybe he wasn't actually being exposed to a lot of these alien cultures.
Maybe. I mean, it doesn't sound like it.
Also, it doesn't go into it as far as I know, so maybe we're
Yeah,
both
we
wrong.
really don't know that. However, there's, like, they know they're aliens, and there's aliens on Earth, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, he's also the type of kid that, like, likes to learn new things and read stuff. Although his main interest seems to be science. But he's been known to look up other cultures and stuff. It just seems odd to me that, especially since he's been on the Enterprise for a good, like, I think it's about, like, 2-3 years at this point in the series.
Yep.
That he wouldn't have gotten used to seeing aliens that look alien.
Plus, like,
Right.
he was on the ship when they had... I mean, I don't remember if he's in the episode, but, like, the goat and the snake aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's not that much different than the fish guys.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, the rest of the crew was also reacting to, like, how the Antidians looked. They're like, oh, they look weird. It's like, you guys are career Starfleet officers. You've never seen, like, a fish person? Like, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, did, like, nobody tell these people about the sludge monster?
Yeah.
Like, that was pretty fucking weird.
Yeah.
Also, remember Wesley's girlfriend from that one episode? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, oh my god,
look
Wesley.
at what she looked like.
Wow, Wes.
No, I thought I had a lot to talk about with this episode, but yeah, I guess I'm realizing that I don't totally.
I think it's just, like, you've got Lxawana trolling for Dick, and then you've got Picard in the holodeck for reasons.
Yeah. Oh, we could talk about Lwaxana's outfits.
Oh, yes. I think she had 4.
Yeah. My favorite is the first one.
Yeah, that that was nice with like the cape, but then she took off the cape and it had the cutouts. Mm-hmm. That was really pretty. I really, really liked the velvet one, like the red velvet one.
Oh yeah, the one she has her like seduction dinner with Picard.
Yeah. I laughed when Mr. Holm like points at her and she's like leaning on the doorway, and I was like, I feel like. Not that I'm in favor of her for like trying to seduce Picard, but I was like, I feel like a doorway would appeal to him in a way. But I like that outfit, and I did like the shiny, colorful one. I think I just like that she had all these like trains on her gowns.
Yeah,
like they're so impractical, but like when she walked, like especially that shiny, like the multicolor shiny one, like you could see the train flying around in the distance.
Yeah,
like behind her, and that was really pretty.
I don't know if you noticed, but on her first outfit, which is also her last outfit, she changes into it again at the end of the episode.
I guess it's probably her more like official outfit.
I guess, yeah. But she has this like really beautiful like ear cuff on the one side.
Oh,
this,
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's like this gold. It kind of looks. It has all these spikies on it. I thought it looked really nice.
Oh, I'm gonna have to go back and try to find it.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the episode. Yeah, because that sounds pretty.
Mm-hmm. It's on her ear that isn't like covered with her hair, because one side her hair is kind of covering her ear, and the other side is exposed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Yeah, I love the first one. It's this like beautiful like lilac lavender deal with like these gold chains and like the sparkly like diamond necklace thing. Looks really cool.
Oh my! I just remember what the fourth dress was. It was the one with the huge shoulders.
Yes, yeah.
Which is so 80s.
Yeah.
Like painfully 80s.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that one.
I like that. Like, I don't think it's a good outfit, but I thought it was like a good outfit for her. Like, it was definitely a good representation of how, like, her extravagance and stuff like that. And
it was a bold look.
Yeah. It was good for the situation, because when she walks into the holodeck like that, it's very obvious that she's like the wealthy lady that they were talking about to the hologram.
Yeah, my God, did Rex like immediately get taken to her?
Oh yeah, well
taken with her.
Well, he's like, oh man, she has looks and bucks. Like, that's a deal.
I feel like Riker should have taken that moment and be like, it's my ex-girlfriend's mom. Yeah. Not that you need to really clarify stuff for Rex, as he's not real, but
yeah.
Oh, you know what I was thinking about in this episode? I wonder how that like cop from the other episode is doing, the one who had the crisis. I can't remember his name, but I'm like, is he doing okay? Has he relapsed? Is he back to like thinking that this is it, like this is the universe he lives in, and he's not thinking that he doesn't exist? And
does he remember that he's not real?
Yeah, I think about that guy. It's one of my favorites.
There's such a dark turn to that episode.
I know. So wild. I was happy to see the holodeck stuff again. I do love a holodeck episode.
Mm-hmm. I thought you'd get excited that they go back to Dixon Hill stuff.
I think I would have been more excited if something happened.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
he just keeps interrupting because these people are coming in. I'm like, Picard, you've chosen. There's this book series you like apparently is violent. So when you're like, hey, I would not like violence, and they're like, okay, but like that's not what the story is.
Yeah.
Look, why pick this if you want relaxation? Like, pick something else. You want like a low key case or something?
Yeah.
Somebody come through. I lost my puppy.
I sort of get it. I think he wanted to, like, hang out in the world of Dixon Hill, but he didn't really want to play out, like, a story of it. Like, he just wanted to hang out in, like...
He just wanted to sit in the office and lounge.
Yeah, he just wanted to, like...
Well, he does say to the holodeck, he goes, more ambiance, less substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not nearly specific enough.
Yeah. It's like, it's weird. It's like he's very specific about the setting, and then when he's like, he tries to like reconfigure it, he's very vague.
Yeah. It would have been nice to have some kind of story or something in there, but yeah, it just felt like a weird like hiding place.
Yeah. I like how he, like, the guy walks into the office and he's like, I'm here to kill you, and then Picard's like, freeze program. It's like, less violence, more ambiance. So then, like, this mysterious guy comes in, and then he eventually, like, grabs Picard and, like, you know, is just aggressive with him, and then Picard's like, no, like, that's just another form of violence, like...
And then he falls on the desk.
Yeah, he falls on the desk, and then he's like, try again, please, and then immediately a guy walks in with a Tommy gun. I just love that he's trying to get less violent, but just fucking the computer ramps it up.
I think it's been a while since they've actually done a holodeck thing this season.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Was the last one the elementary, like the Sherlock Holmes one?
Yeah, it might have been. And that was like the second beginning. Episode.
Yeah, that was really early on.
Well, the Royale might as well have been a...
Oh, God.
Okay, Elementary Dear Data was the 3rd episode of the season.
Oh, okay.
And this is the 19th.
Oh, I hope there's more. I mean, I doubt there's probably more holodeck episodes this season. Mm-hmm. But I hope season 3, we get to see them more than, like, twice. Yeah.
Well, throughout the series, you do get to see the holodeck more, so...
That's good. Oh, I want to see, like, what other people's holodeck, like, things are. Like, we haven't seen Troi do one. Geordi do one. Worf.
I'd love to just... Worf.
Oh wait. Worf did, I think... Oh, I guess he did one kind of with Riker, the fighting thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that one. But, like, outside of fighting something... would Worf, although to be fair, Worf I feel like would just want to do something where he could be a warrior and fight something in his off time too.
I mean, that's basically what the program is. He just, like, stabs skeleton men, skull-faced men.
So yeah, I'd like to see. I want Troi to do one. I want Geordi to do one. I want to see, like, what they want to do. Mm-hmm. I'd also like to see Riker do another one because
and a bone for me.
Just the specificity of, like, his other one.
Oh yeah.
The jazz club.
Yeah.
And a bone for me. Yeah, I find Riker to be very interesting.
Yeah.
That's a word for it.
Yeah, Riker is he is something. Yeah, I suppose we should move on to favorite moments and stuff. Or anything else you would like to bring up that we haven't gotten a chance to yet.
I like, near the end, Troi, Lxawana goes onto the bridge, and Troi goes, "Mother, what are you doing here? You can't just stroll onto the bridge whenever you feel like it." Lxawana goes, "I didn't just stroll on, dear. I took that turbo tube," or whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, I just like a side thing, Madeline the secretary ordered my favorite drink.
Oh, Ryan Ginger.
Ryan Ginger, yeah.
Nice.
I like Lxana's outfits. And then she does say, you never assume anything with where Lxawana Troi is concerned. Betazoid women are full of surprises. It's like, that's an understatement.
Yep.
Okay. I think my favorite part was the scene with Troi, Riker, and Picard in the ready room when she was like, "I think you're going to be my new daddy."
Yeah.
I really liked that scene. Everybody was really good in it.
Yeah. I just love how, like, I don't know, I always like Picard's reaction whenever someone hits on him. Like, unless it's Beverly, he's, like, totally, like, just awkward and uncomfortable. Which, it's very funny to see someone as, like, put together as Picard, like, not know what to do and just be like,
I mean, he did tell Wes. Wes is in control of women, but Picard has never been able to do that.
This is it's not my favorite bit, but it is a bit I really like. So the actress that plays Lxawana Troi is Majel Barrett, and she also does the voice of the computer. So when she's asking for directions to Riker, she's talking to herself. I just thought that was...
I literally did not even think about that. That's very funny. Yeah, it just... I'm so used to hearing her and hearing the computer separately. I didn't
really?
put it together, even though I know both things. That is very funny. There's actually two moments that do it for me, and they're very subtle because none of them are pieces of dialogue. They're Riker's reactions. So, like when they're in the ready room and Deanna is talking about how the sex drive when they're going through this period just like more than quadruples, and he just looks at her, he's like, more than you didn't tell me it was more than. Okay. And then his face just like slowly slinks into this shit-eating grin, and I absolutely love it. And he does nearly the same grin when Lxawana professes that the two of them are going to get married to the whole bridge, and I'm just like, man, Riker, you're really taking this in stride. I'm very impressed.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we should get into predictions for the next episode. So, the next episode is called The Emissary, and your little clue is Worf gets a lady friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for Worf. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me think.
That means she's going to threaten him, and he's going to read love poetry.
Okay, so I'm assuming that the love interest is the emissary. Question is it Klingon? Is this love interest Klingon?
I don't know.
I don't want to assume it's Klingon, but Worf has said in the past that like he doesn't think that like human women could handle him. Although it could be a different a different alien. Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm going to assume this love interest is the emissary.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe... No, they just did a conference. I'm literally thinking of the plot of this episode. I'm like, what if they're delivering an emissary to a conference? No, they just did that. Or if anything, I feel like this show likes to have like the secondary person as the the love interest could be like traveling with the emissary. No, oh God. I'm not trying to think logistically. I'm trying to really come up with like an idea. It's just hard.
Okay, maybe this will help. I don't think this is a spoiler because you find this out like really fast. She is an ex-lady friend, and there's still some harsh feelings there.
Aw, Worf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have an idea. It's not very good, as usual. Say they have to... The emissary comes on board. They're bringing them to a different planet for not a conference, but... Oh, no. They're going to bring them home. They were on a mission. Now they're bringing them home back to their planet. And the Enterprise is going to, bring them. And this person comes in contact... I keep thinking, like, what if it's something where, like, Worf has to protect them? Maybe. I don't... Oh, God. This is not easy. Okay. I have something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they have to bring... I just have this idea of, like, Worf is like, basically, like, is forced to sort of be the personal security guard of this person.
Mm-hmm.
And they are... Like, it's awkward. And they don't want to, but they're forced to, like, have to work together to survive. Okay, so maybe they go on to a planet where the emissary has to do some kind of mission. And Worf is part of the escort team, the away team to escort them down to the planet. And then, like, something attacks, because maybe they're trying to, like, I don't know, help with peace or, I don't know, solve some kind of conflict. And so something attacks, and then like Worf and this person gets like separated, I also am saying this, like, I don't think you said that, like, the emissary is the love interest. I just assumed that. And so they get separated, and then, like, Worf is stuck with his past love and trying to, like, get closure and sort some stuff out because they have to work with each other to survive to get to where he needs to bring them. Yeah.
Cool. I like that idea.
It's a bodyguard trope.
Yeah. Bodyguard trope. The
only thing missing is... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, the whole time I was thinking, there was only one bed.
That was what I was going to say. Yeah. The only thing missing is a one bed body heat trope.
Yeah.
I just find, romance novel tropes are always handy.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you want to see how Worf deals with an ex, watch along with us and join us for the next episode of Fully Functional, a TNG podcast.
Goodbye.